up, U.S. Tzu Chi volunteers distribute consolation cash to fire survivors in Yarnell, Arizona. We visit farmers in Myanmar to see how Tzu Chi's rice seedlings have improved their lives since 2010. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Helen Nell. Thank you for joining us. When Typhoon Sulik swept through Taiwan last weekend, many places suffered damage, including Hsinchu's Wufeng Township. The roads into the township continued to be blocked, trapping some 3,000 residents. The county government has sent help through dropping supplies by air and has also transported 2 people that needed immediate medical attention to a nearby hospital. Tzu Chi volunteers were also on site to help pack relief items and offer assistance wherever needed.
7 in the morning, Taiwan's National Airborne Service Corps are doing an airdrop of aid into Wufeng Township of Hsinchu County. The roads leading to the area will not be cleared for at least another week, trapping around 3,000 residents.
We are transporting about 6,000 kilograms of supplies, which include rice, instant noodles, drinking water, and cans of food.
Tzu Chi volunteers were on site early to start packing up the supplies.
Because the mountain roads are blocked and cars are unable to get through, thus an airdrop is necessary. We are here to help.
Hsinchu County Magistrate Qiu Jingchun was also at the disaster site when 2 patients were reported to need immediate assistance down the mountain.
Bailan Tribal Village has 2 injuries. One is a diabetic patient, the other suffers from spinal injuries.
When diabetic Zhen Chunlong landed, he needed help getting off the helicopter as he was weak and running a fever. The other patient, Huang Chuzhi, who just had surgery on her spine, needed an immediate checkup at the hospital. Tzu Chi volunteers later visited both at the hospital to see how they could help with the pair recover faster.
Moving to the United States, on June 28, in the state of Arizona, a wildfire ignited by lightning struck Yarnell, which is situated 120 kilometers northwest of Phoenix, and destroyed some 129 buildings and killed 19 firefighters. The fire was finally contained on July 10th, after which Tzu Chi volunteers arrived 3 days later to bring emotional and financial support to the fire survivors.
On the 3rd day after the wildfire was put out at Yarnell, Tzu Chi volunteers arrived at a local church to bring financial and emotional support to the fire survivors, who were mostly retired seniors.
Everything burnt to the ground, you know. We just lost everything. I mean, everybody in my community, the house burned.
We're so fortunate to work with you, so we looked forward to you all week. And hearing that you were coming today, we contacted all of the families and let them know that more assistance was being provided. We wanted to be sure that everyone was able to be served as greatly as possible.
FEMA
announced this area as a disaster zone, but they only help provide fire equipment and vehicles. Though we are only handing out some $600 of consolation cash per person, it still means a great deal for the survivors.
Perhaps it is the love of Tzu Chi volunteers from all around the globe, as well as the words of encouragement that brings a sense of comfort to the survivors.
You will. We went in. I just felt kind of tired. But all of the music and the words and everything, I'm so grateful for them. They're very soothing. And they open my heart, you know. And I appreciate it so much.
I really appreciate everything that you guys have done so I could take my son home with me.
Though losing their houses and loved ones to the fire, the support and company of these volunteers gives residents the strength to go on.
It was pretty and peaceful, so that's what we're coming back. We hope to be there again someday.
At the Yarnell Hill fire in Arizona of the United States, 19 firefighters had lost their lives while at their post, resulting in the highest firefighters' death toll since the 9/11 attack. Besides helping fire survivors, Tzu Chi volunteers also visited the Yarnell Fire Department to offer their condolences.
Some of the firefighters' pictures here, and then there's a placard over there for the other ones.
The youngest one, I think, was 21.
We heard that there had been perhaps some firefighters that may be injured or maybe burnt. So we put together a rescue team. Later on, several hours later, we finally discovered that there were no survivors.
Looking out into the distance, the American flag indicates where their fellow co-workers had given their lives to the wildfire.
I went up to the site where it happened at, and I looked down, it got real cold, and my hair started sticking out, and my heart started going, and I looked down, and I went down, and the zipper was laying there. It's like it was his, and he was telling me to pick it up.
We lost 19 of our family members, and the sad thing is we had to keep working. A group of us went to go get them, but the rest of us had to keep fighting the fire. And that's the difficult thing, because you know that, in your heart you're very sad, but you also know that you have an obligation to the residents to continue to do what you need to do.
He's a hero. He's my best friend. I'm losing.
Though the fire was finally contained, the work of these firefighters continues as they patrol the community to help survivors rebuild their homes.
The ground cannot absorb the water, and so what will happen, the water will run off. And by putting the sandbags there, they will help the people not get the water flooding back into their homes. The monsoons bring a lot of rain. As you can see, we got a lot of cloud buildup today.
It's not even a job, it's not even a career, it's a life. It's my life, so others can live as well.
Also in the United States, to introduce Tzu Chi and inspire more people to help those in greater need, Atlanta Tzu Chi volunteers held a seminar at DaAi International. But first, let's go to Silicon Valley, California, where volunteers shared Tzu Chi's relief efforts in the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy and earthquake safety tips with staff members of a local company.
At school, teachers teach students the first thing to do in the case of an earthquake is to hide under the table. It is a bit different compared to China, and remember, don't rush out of the building when you encounter a tremor.
Today, U.S. Tzu Chi volunteers are holding a seminar at a local company in Silicon Valley, California. A volunteer who joined Tzu Chi's relief work in the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy is also present to share his experiences.
We saw many people lined up since midnight until 8 o'clock in the morning. The reason why they were willing to wait for a long period of time was because they felt respected.
Touched by Tzu Chi volunteers' selfless devotion, a staff member says she remembered attending a disaster relief training program with Tzu Chi volunteers years ago.
It was 10 years ago on the weekend, and I remember it was probably a 3 to 4 night long seminar. I remember more than 20 people took part, and 3 or 4 attendees were from Tzu Chi.
I feel that whether it is here or back home, Tzu Chi has slowly influenced us all and inspired us to do what we can to help the less fortunate.
Meanwhile, in Atlanta, volunteers also held a seminar at DaAi International. Through clips, volunteers shared with employees Tzu Chi's efforts following Hurricane Sandy.
These days, talk to people, ask volunteers that let's not forget about how we started. So it is not the amount of the donations that matters.
47 years ago, Tzu Chi started with the help of housewives who saved money from groceries to help the poor. Now Tzu Chi works with people from around the globe to do good deeds.
In future, when we can come back, to have more interactive and to learn more about Tzu Chi and your employees?
Yes, because the need is ever ongoing to be good, kind human beings, and so we will partner for the future.
In the years to come, Tzu Chi volunteers hope to join hands with corporations and spread the rays of compassion far and wide. In Taiwan, the average temperature in June was at a record high of 29 degrees Celsius. The heat, in fact, led to the death of one Thai construction worker. With the relentless heat, workers' lives can and have been in danger. Thus, workers have come up with their own ways to beat the heat and remain efficient at work. Here's more.
Securing steel bars before fixing on the formworks and pouring in the cement, the skeleton of a building is basically set up. Later, plasterers surface the wall with reinforced concrete.
Doing this work makes us sweat all day. We are basically exhausted every day.
The most difficult part of this work is doing it on hot days. The heat can drain our strength and make us weak.
To keep up that work, construction workers often consume energy liquors. However, an iron worker who just quit drinking 2 years ago after 18 years of consumption asserts that it is actually an unhealthy culture in the construction industry.
Drinking energy liquors is a collective entertainment. It's basically a way to socialize with other co-workers.
An old saying circulating in the industry reveals the truth behind energy liquors.
There's an old saying about energy liquors: the less you drink, the longer you live. The more you drink, the quicker you die. It's harmful to our health, so I don't drink at all.
Instead of depending on energy liquors, many workers choose healthier alternatives. Like 60-year-old Lin Jingyun, who has relied on a special homemade drink to keep him in good shape over the last 30 years.
If it is too hot, I will drink this vinegar made from noni fruits, plums and lemons. Normally I will water it down before drinking. It's refreshing and can increase my strength. If I sweat too much, I will put in a dried plum, which makes the drink sweet and salty.
A small sour and salty dried plum can naturally replenish the electrolytes lost through sweat over long working hours. Other than homemade drinks, some workers choose to drink a cup of tea to calm their hearts. In fact, recently, construction companies are taking the health of their workers more seriously, and many have banned the use of energy liquors at work and arranged for rest areas for workers.
When they have a place to take a rest, they are less likely to rely on energy liquors.
Now able to take a rest in cool areas, workers no longer have to rely on energy liquors to replenish their energy. Through thoughtful management, construction companies can not only better safeguard their workers' health, but also ensure a higher quality of buildings.
In China's Tianjin city, DaAi Technology is taking part in the 4th Taiwan Trade Fair that runs from July 15th to 18th. Other than showcasing products made from recycled plastic bottles, recycling volunteers also seize the chance to promote environmental concepts to exhibitors. Furthermore, with the help of a Taiwanese businessman, many exhibitors decided to donate their recyclables to Tzu Chi to show their support. This is the scene at the 4th Taiwan Trade Fair held in Tianjin City, China. At the DaAi Technology booth, members of the public show great interest in clothing made from recycled plastic bottles.
Over the years, more and more people in Tianjin City have become environmentally aware. Before, not many people would purchase eco-friendly products, but this time I feel that the local residents are very supportive of our items.
Touched by the volunteers' gestures, many Taiwanese companies donate their recyclables to Tzu Chi and lend out the use of their storage area so that the volunteers have a place to store recyclables and rest.
Seeing the Tzu Chi brothers and sisters working so hard at sorting recyclables, I think we should provide them with more places to practice recycling. There are many young people that are willing to join their ranks. It is great to see this happening.
This year we're here at Tianjin City. All of us are touched by the Tzu Chi sisters' gestures. I feel that if everyone can contribute their share and practice recycling, our planet will become a better place.
In the world of Tzu Chi, the master is our knowledgeable advisor, and I am very happy to follow in the master's footsteps. Before, I would always wait until Tzu Chi brothers or sisters assigned me work, but now I am a more active volunteer and I want to devote myself to Tzu Chi's missions.
Through the exhibition, DaAi Technology not only hopes to promote eco-friendly products, but more importantly, pass on the concepts of recycling to members of the public. In 2008, Cyclone Nargis swept through Myanmar, destroying houses and crops. Starting in 2010, Tzu Chi started a rice seedling program in 29 farming villages in Tianying Township, aimed at giving local farmers quality rice seeds and assisting them with production to help ensure they can one day be self-sufficient. Now, 3 years on, the crops have increased. Let's visit the farmers to see the progress they have made.
It's early in the morning here in Myanmar and we are in our safety vest and rain boots, ready to get on the boats to head to the farming village across the river in Tianying Township. This 15-minute boat ride across the river is actually very dangerous, as high tide frequently happens throughout the day.
Once the boat lands, the farming village is still a ways away. As there is no paved road, the best way to reach the final destination is on these rickety scooters. Reaching their destination, volunteers see the village head, Ong Ming, driving a tractor in his rice field as it is currently summer planting season. Since Tzu Chi's Rice Seeds program started in 2010 to help farmers in Myanmar, volunteers have visited every month to follow up on their progress. The village head says, before, 1 acre of land could only reap 40 baskets, but now it's 70 baskets of rice.
Thank you, Tzu Chi, for coming to our village to distribute rice seeds. All our villagers are very grateful for the assistance.
The success of the program can be seen everywhere in this farming village, like at Dama Cho's house. It's nearly lunchtime and she is busy preparing a meal. Dama Cho happily brings out a bag of rice from her pantry and mentions that the rice seeds Tzu Chi gave cooks beautifully.
We cook some of the rice, save some of it for planting. This breed is great. We make meals with it 3 times a day.
Dama Cho's father proudly points out that this batch of rice is high in quality, and as it's summer planting season, the seeds are now soaking in water. Once they sprout, they will be planted.
The seeds need to soak from 9 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. Then they stay by the farm plot for 2 days.
Dama Cho knows the pineapple she received from volunteers isn't just the fruit itself, but representative of the loving care of all Tzu Chi volunteers. When Cyclone Nargis hit, it destroyed houses and farm fields. Thankfully, Tzu Chi volunteers arrived to help farmers on the road to recovery. Tzu Chi's big family knows no boundaries as the seeds of the program slowly takes root in the field and in hearts.
When Cyclone Nargis swept through Tianying Township, local farmers felt hopeless at the destruction left in its wake. Thanks to Tzu Chi's successful rice seeds program, residents have regained a sense of security in facing the days ahead.
Making good use of their summer vacation, students at the Tzu Chi College of Technology are currently touring around Singapore and Malaysia, bringing children's shows with a social and environmental message. After their success in Singapore, the students are now in Malaysia's Johor Bahru, where recently over 1,000 people enjoyed the students' animated performance.
Following their success in Singapore, Tzu Chi College of Technology students are once again putting on a children's play for the public here in Johor Bahru, Malaysia. Not only is the play entertaining to watch, but holds a message for all the children watching.
They explained things in a clear way. There was also interaction with the children off stage. This is the 7th time Tzu Chi College of Technology students have visited Singapore and Malaysia. However, this year marks their first visit to Johor Bahru. Excitement greeted the arrival of the students as over 1,000 eager children and parents packed themselves into the venue.
Through this play, we know that brothers and sisters should treat each other kindly and work together to solve problems, not to argue or use fists to solve problems.
This play has allowed children to learn more about ecology and recycling. That is great in itself.
Although we discussed similar topics with them at home, today's play helped reinforce these messages.
Behind the scenes supporting the students as they tour are local Tzu Chi volunteers who help organize itineraries, travel plans and sleeping arrangements.
Everywhere we go, our Tzu Chi aunts and uncles are there. Although not Taiwanese, they still have treated us so well and with such kindness. It's like we never left home.
It has been a wonderful chance to bring happiness to the children and also the members of our troupe. All the frustration and tears before was really nothing. A smile wipes all that away.
The students will be on the road for a total of 3 weeks as they travel around Malaysia bringing joy and laughter to children. Afterwards, they return to Taiwan with sweet memories that they will never forget.
Moving back to Taiwan, a Tzu Chi summer camp for high school students at Kaohsiung region kicked off yesterday. The theme of the 3-day event was the return to a simple life. Students were asked to give up all electronic items before the start of the camp, so to learn how to live with electronics in a way that promotes wisdom and harmony.
This play is just one of the many activities being held for the participants of this 3-day summer camp. The focus? To teach these youngsters how to use and see technology in a healthy, responsible way.
The theme of this year's camp is a return to innocence. Everyone had to leave their cell phones with the Tzu Chi aunts and uncles so that they could feel what life is like without them.
We have seen many situations where children have used technology in the wrong way and thus adversely affected their lives. We hope that technology instead can be something that helps purify minds.
Without their handheld electronic devices, participants find that the days are much richer in personal interaction and inspiration. This is one lesson that this year's participants will take with them over the summer and into the school year ahead.
We stay in Taiwan at the end of the show to give youngsters a memorable summer holidays. Students at the Tzu Chi University recently organized the Happy Healthy Camp. During the event, attendees gained some hands-on experience at sorting recyclables and also learned the importance to fulfill their filial duties. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for watching DaAi Headlines. Goodbye.